Hi, Coral Martin here, and I'm out here doing some reading. It's a windy day, but I sort of found a nice spot to get away from the wind. Hopefully you can hear me okay without the wind. But I have always been fascinated with the outdoors, with hiking, camping. As many of you know, I'm a photographer. I enjoy videography. Any chance I get, I'm outdoors. And recently I became friends with another photographer who's hiking the Pacific Coast Trail. And I've always thought, wow, that would be so cool, that Appalachian Trail, something like that. Some survival type camping where you're out on your own and really having to survive in all sorts of environments. And then I started watching this TV show called Alone. Many of you may have seen it. It's on the History Channel, Discovery. And it's about 10 survivalists, people who have been trained, maybe military, maybe just some survival skills, all sorts of different backgrounds, but people that have definitely backgrounds in being survivors, survivalists, and they go out and are taken out and put into harsh environments. And there's the wind's picking up. Hopefully you can still hear me. But they're put out in harsh environments, in the wilderness, Arctic, all sorts of places, Patagonia, and they see who can stay the longest. They given a list of clothing they can take, sleeping bag, cooking pan. Then they're given 10 survivalist items out of a list. They can choose 10 to take with them. And it might be an environment where it's very thick wooded, where there's rivers, where there's ocean, bears, mountain lions, muskox, all sorts of wildlife might be there. And they have to build their shelter, find water, find a way to make water safe, in other words, build a fire, and go out and hunt for game, fish for game, whatever, to survive. And they're trying to stay months. One of them, the goal is 100 days. That's a really, really long time. They also find that it's a mental game. Being alone is something we're not used to. We always have our social media with us. We have our families with us, our spouses with us, TV. But this show has fascinated me. I've watched every season of it, and now I'm going back through and watching them all again with my husband. And we got talking about it. This just really fascinates me. And he's interested in it too, but for me, it's just another level. I want to be doing something like this. It just goes hand in hand with all my other loves. So I love the outdoors. And so I decided I'm going to do something about it. No, I'm not going to be on the show. I'm not a young person. I know they've estimated it was 50 years old. I'm a little past that. Plus, I don't have the background. I don't have the knowledge. I've got some basic knowledge, did a little primitive camping growing up, but very little. And the thought of starting a fire with a fire stick is a little scary. I've got one. Never tried it out, which is not a good thing. But so recently I've started reading about it more, researching it more, even buying some gear. And my husband, when we talked, decided, why don't I actually go out and practice some of this? And I can share it, share the experience, share the knowledge. As a photographer and videographer, I could document it similar to hopefully what they do on Alone. We will see. I'm looking at cameras. But I can go out, maybe start with just one night, then 2 nights or 4 nights or 5 nights, maybe work up to 2 weeks out on my own. Probably start out in a fairly close environment, but maybe travel to some different places. I'm going to have to see where I can set up camp and be free to cut down and wood, build a shelter, those things without getting in trouble. Probably have to have some permission in some of the places. I want to do everything by the law, but I have decided that this is what I want to do, and I'm going to find a way to probably do some photography along the way and videography, obviously, but that's not what this is going to be about. This is going to be about getting out in the woods and surviving and doing it by myself, figuring things out, and I'm the only one being held accountable to is myself. I will survive or not survive based on my decisions. So this is something I'm going to start doing. When I get done, I'm going to take some of the products I've used. I'll probably do some reviews, talk about do's and don'ts and things I learned not to do, and those type of things. And I think it's going to be a wonderful experience. As I said, I'm here reading, learning more about it. I've been watching some videos. I'm going to start practicing some skills soon. And we'll just see where it takes me. So I hope you'll join me in creating a YouTube channel, which is will be posted on Facebook. I'll probably even have maybe a website. And you can follow me and see what my experiences are. Hope you will. Thanks.